Hey there, YouTube. Hey, Georgia Bigfoot here. And this is a truck bed top review of these adapters for either Molle or Alice gear. And the thing is I'm sure those of y'all who've been interested in these have seen these on eBay or maybe at surplus stores, but particularly on eBay, you know, where lighting can be a challenge and you're like, what colors am I actually looking at? Well, there's an olive drab one, there is a desert tan one, and there's a coyote. And a lot of people, I know if you've looked into this, sometimes they have the desert tan one listed and they call it coyote, and sometimes they have the coyote one listed and they call it desert tan. Well, I have really enjoyed my machete, my Ontario machete. This is the 18-inch with the GI handle, and I've got it wrapped in paracord, and it's been a phenomenal machete. I have beat the tar out of this thing, and it just keeps on clipping right along, and it's been a fantastic machete for me. You may be able to see where it says on here, Ontario knife. I've got one of these sheaths for it, military issue sheath, not the cheesy reproduction one. I shouldn't call the reproduction one cheesy. Maybe the reproduction one's fine, but this is the military issue one. And some things to know about it is it has drainage holes through it. It's got a drainage port in the base, or the tip. These will be marked by different companies. This one says US 1996, and then STEMACO, Stemaco. Pardon the roosters. Old part of town where we got wild roosters on the loose. It's kind of funny. Anyway, when I first got this military sheath, it has the old style belt hanger on it, which is designed to work with pistol belts. And that had kept me from buying this sheath for a long time. You may be noticing this right here. This is an integral sharpener. Well, I first got one of these, and it didn't quite match the color. Not that that's a big deal, but it's almost kind of shiny, and I was like, I got these like a 2-pack for like $3 or something. And then I upgraded to this guy, which has been fantastic, the Desert Tan. And then I discovered these coyote ones. And the coyote really looks like, you know, has a semblance of a olive drab type of color to it. And it's been fantastic. I'm going to show you how these work in detail in a moment. As far as the machete goes, the sheath, this military issue sheath, fits the Ontario machete perfectly. And it's got this built-in sharpener. The roosters are wild today. So let's see if we can do this, and I'll show you how this guy works right here. So you take this and you pinch it down, and you can just run the sharpener down the blade. And it's one of these like carbide tipped sharpeners, and it does a pretty good sharpening the machete. I've read some negative reviews, I've read some negative reviews about this machete where everyone says, oh, there's a brass or a copper disc in there that makes it so this piece can rotate. And you'll hear people say it scratches up the blade of my machete. Well, you know what? For people who are looking for presentation, I can understand why they would not want to scratch up their machete blade, but I'm telling you this right now. For those of you who have these machetes and y'all actually wind up working with it, the finish wear is certainly heightened from just you using it more than it is from the scratching of this disc. Is that coming out right there? You can see it right there at my thumb. I'm shooting this in 720. It hopefully will turn out all right. Let's talk about these adapters. So this bag right here is for the Coyote one. It says K-bar adapter. The Coyote and the Desert Tan are both built similarly in the sense they've got these detachable loops to run your belt or to put it on any kind of Molle gear. It's got the hooks to take a belt hanger type of piece of equipment. For example, this Machete Sheath, or like a World War II K-bar, or even modern day AR-15 type bayonet. What's unique about these two compared to the green one specifically, it's hard to see because of the stitching, but if you look into here, this says it's for Alice gear. Whereas these two specifically say Molle gear, M-O-L-L-E. But they're virtually identical, except for the Molle ones also have this option of tearing open a Velcro part, and wrapping it around, for example, your backpack strap or your Molle pack. And I like the fact that this has so many different mounting options. And this Velcro holds well. It holds fantastic. So the Desert Tan with the Stemaco sheath looks pretty good. And the green certainly doesn't look bad. It clashes a little bit. This Coyote Tan though, at least on this piece of equipment, I think it looks fantastic. And if we put this in here, you can see how that looks. Pretty fantastic. I mean, not that I'm usually out and about with this thing, because I'm not, but usually work with this on our deer lease, and anytime anyone ever sees it, they're like, man, what kind of gear is that? And I'm like, well, it's just some things I piecemealed together between Amazon and eBay. The sheath cost me like 20 bucks. The bayonet, or rather the machete, was 20 bucks. The paracord to wrap it was about $5. And then I got a 2-pack of these for like $6 shipped. So right around $50. And it's been great. It really has. And these back here, I run my belt through it. And these unbuckle, unsnap. If you want to run this through like a certain type of piece of gear or something. So y'all might want to check this out. Y'all might want to look into these. I think, it's my understanding, they don't make these sheaths anymore. And when you find them online, they're kind of hard to get, and sometimes they seem like they're overpriced. But the sharpener has been great. The sharpener does a really good job on the length of the blade, but near the tip, it's kind of harder to run it through there. And since this rotates, I just either leave this out of the way when I'm using it, or I just kind of even have it like right here. But when I need to use it, obviously I pull this out and I pull this blade in and I put it in there and I run it in and out. Anyway, I know this is kind of a long review, but for any of y'all who have any ideas on this, or maybe I'm overlooking something, please feel free to share it in the comments. And I hope all of y'all are doing great. Thanks for watching the video and liking. Maybe you'll even subscribe to my channel. I kind of have some unique reviews and some different kinds of pieces of gear I have that I enjoy. And y'all make it a great day. See ya.